Welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. My name's Todd, and today we're going to continue a project that kind of started with an unboxing of some LED wing lights that I did the other day. Now in that video, I told you that I was going to replace the fluorescent fixtures in my garage with those LED wing lights. So that's what we're going to do today, so come along with that. And remember to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe so that you can keep up to date with all the videos we post, and ring that bell notification so that anytime we post a new video, you'll get notified. So we're in the garage, and I've got 3 fluorescent fixtures here in the garage that I want to replace with the LED wing lights. And the goal is to get some more light in the garage, and quite frankly, I don't like the way these fluorescent fixtures look. They're builder fixtures. The builder just kind of picked one and put them in. You can see maybe this one's hanging a little crooked. This one has 2 bulbs in it. This one has got one of the bulbs burned out, and this one has one of the bulbs burned out. So instead of replacing the bulbs, I decided to replace the fixtures and see if I could get some additional light. If the fixtures that I got don't give me enough light, there are some plates right here. There's a plate there, there, and there. So it was supposed to be a dual set of rows of lights here to light up the garage. But again, the builder just put the first row in, capped off the second ones, and left it at that. So we're going to replace those fixtures today. So let's get at it. I'll put you on the tripod and we'll get going. So I'm going to start out by replacing this light here. And I've got the garage doors opened because I'm going to need some light. Obviously, I'll need to turn the electricity off to these fluorescent lights while I do the work. I've got my A ladder in here. So let's start off by turning the power off, and then I'll pull this cover off, and we'll see what we need to do to get the actual fixture down. So let's see. I think these fixtures, you just kind of pull out on them, or the lens, and it pops off, I think. Maybe not. So let's start by taking this lens off. I think the way this thing comes off is you just kind of push it all the way to one side, and then push up on the other side to get it off. But the problem is these fixtures are so flimsy. When you want to push up on it, see the whole fixture's moving around, which is a pain. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, I got it off there. Yep, okay, there we go. There we go. And then you just push it back off the other side. But again, you gotta hold the fixture because it is so flimsy. Which, if you're just replacing the bulbs, you could just leave it hanging like this and then just close it back up. But I'm taking the whole thing off. Okay, so we got that off. A couple of bugs in there. Now we want to take the bulbs out. Yeah, these are teeny tiny little bulbs. Yeah, I think the builder just bought the cheapest thing he could get and put in here. Yeah, I don't even know what wattage these are. I've never seen a fluorescent tube that little. No wonder I was getting no light. And again, to take these out, you just twist them and then they come out of the end of the clamps. I'm going to set these down here. Now let's see what I need to get the fixture down. You just push in on this little piece of metal here, and it comes open so you can get to the ballast and any mounting screws. It looks like they have one screw here and one there. That's why they're so flimsy, floppy. Let me take those screws out. Did they even put them in any kind of anchors, or did they just stick them in the sheetrock? From the feel of it, yeah, they just stuck them in the sheetrock. They didn't even put any anchors there. So really, the only thing that's holding this is the ground wire here that's coming out of the box. That's a pretty crappy job that the guys did. But that's kind of what you get sometimes from builders and electricians who are just want to get in and out, and they're not really concerned about the longevity of their work, as long as they can get it up there and get out and be done with it. That one, that's interesting. That is a machine screw. I'm curious to see what's in the ceiling here, because normally you have a different thread if you have the, what am I trying to say? If you have like an anchor in the ceiling. And I do have the power off at the switch. Okay. And then I just need to take these wires out here. It's kind of nice that it's just it's a plug. Oh, I see what they did. Oh man, they put a toggle bolt in. That's really that's why this thread on here is like a machine thread. They put a toggle bolt to hold those in. And what I mean by a toggle bolt, if you don't know, it's the ones that you poke a hole, and it looks like a butterfly, and you kind of just fold it up and then stick it in the hole, and then it spreads out on the back side. And those are okay. You can really tighten them up, so I don't know why they didn't tighten this up any better than they did. It was just flopping around on the ceiling. I guess they just did it good enough to get out. So what I'm having to do here is keep some weight on this bolt to get it to actually come out. Okay, there we go. Fixture is down. Because those toggle bolts, well, first of all, they make a big hole in your ceiling. So I'm gonna have to patch that. That looks terrible. And secondly, when you go to take them out, they can just spin on the back side if you don't have some pressure on them and hold them down. Okay, so there's a close-up of the connection, and that's really interesting that oh, I see what this is. They just taken the two wires. That fixture comes with this little push-on connector. I'm not sure if I can get that off without having to cut the, yeah, okay, it came off. There we go. There, that's better. So I guess that's pretty good for the fixture, but it came with this, let me see if I can get it in the camera. Here we go. This little push-on connector that then connects into the fixture. I guess that makes it easier to connect up. Okay, so I have my fixture I'm going to replace this with, or my plate. So that's the first thing we have to do is put this plate up here. And let me get a pair of pliers to bend the ends of those. Okay, so I'm just going to put a loop in the end of this. Again, the power is off at the switch. And this, I'm just going to stick back up in here. This is the ground wire. I was a little surprised that the fixture here does not have a ground loop or a ground. But I guess because it's plastic, I guess they think you don't need one. And on this fixture, you see there's a silver screw and a brass looking screw or a gold screw. The silver screw takes your white wire and the brass looking one takes your black wire. So the white wire is your common and the black is your hot wire. And what I like to do, I like to put the loop, since we're tightening the screw to the right, I like to put the loop on to the right so that as you're tightening it, let's see if I can turn around here. So as you're tightening it, it will pull the wire in tighter instead of pushing it out. If you put it the other way, it tends to want to push the wire out. So again, we'll take this one, put around here. Pull this around a little bit. Okay, and then we just tuck this up in the ceiling. I'm going to tuck this ground wire up so that it doesn't touch any of these open. Actually, I think I'm going to put a piece of tape across there because I don't like those being exposed there. Okay, so I've got some electrical tape. And I'm just going to put some across these leads here just because I don't like the fact that that's open like that, just in case anything were, that ground wire were to come down and touch it. Okay. All right, you can see it's all taped up there now. I'm just going to tuck this back up in here. And then it came with a couple of, oh, look at that, they put me a nice big hole here so that, and this box is way up in there. So I wonder if my screws are going to be long enough. Boy, I tell you what, when you come behind somebody else, I think that screw's not going to be long enough to reach the box. Can I pull that down any? I don't think I can. They've kind of got the box twisted sideways in there. I'll see if I can get a longer screw for that side. May have some longer ones. Get this one started. Let me see if I have some longer screws so that I can get in that other side there. Okay, I did find a longer screw to put in here. So here's the one I found, and here's the original one. So you can kind of see it's much longer. Let me get that started. And then I'm gonna get my fixture up on there. All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, they left me a nice big hole there. I tell you what, you just get aggravated at the poor quality of work you get nowadays. Nobody cares anymore about what they're doing. Get my drill so that I'm not breaking my arm trying to do this. This is an old Black & Decker drill that I have, but maybe it'll do the trick. Otherwise, I'll go get my DeWalt. Okay. Well, that screw doesn't want to go in there. Why is that? Okay. Oh man. All right, it's always something. Why does that screw not want to go in there? And then it just won't spin. Okay. Yeah, it's just boogered the thread out of it now. Okay, I need to try something else. Man, it's aggravating. Okay, let me try a different screw. I got a washer to go in there. Let's make sure that'll go through there. Yes, it will. And let's try this again. All right. Well, there we go. All right, let's tighten her up now. All right, there we go. We got our fixture in. Now let's screw our bulb in. So here is our new fluorescent light. Okay. And as we said, we can adjust these ears here to be straight down or up a little. So let's just leave them up just a bit. And let's try it and see what it looks like. Okay, that's washing out the camera for sure. But let me back up here. So there are the fluorescent ones. And here's the new LED. Looks bright. The test is going to be tonight when I come back out and do the Lux Test that I did before I put those in. And then we'll see the difference in the actual light. Wow, I'm not sure these guys could have done a worse job if they tried. Look at all the holes in the ceiling there. And over here, it's the same way. Sheetrock is torn out. Multiple holes. You know, it wouldn't have been hard to find the joists that run through there and just put one screw in them. But I understand, you know, they didn't really care because the fixture was going to hide the holes once it was up. But like I showed you before, particularly this fixture at the end was falling off the ceiling. So they did a terrible job at even mounting that. So I've got some patchwork to do, but I'm going to go ahead and put in the sockets now. This center box has, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but 3 wires coming into it. So they're kind of daisy chained along. So I'm not going to try to connect all 3 of those into the fixture. What I'm going to do is I'll make me a pigtail and come off of that and go into the fixture. And the same thing here on this one, there's 2 coming out there. So I won't try to get those around the screws on those fixtures. I'll make a pigtail and just go to the socket fixture. Okay, so what I've got here is I cut 2 little pieces of wire, which I call a pigtail, and I've got my original wire nuts. So I'm going to just attach these pigtails that I made right to these existing connections here. And then that way I can come down to the fixture with that single wire instead of this big bundle of wires here. Because there's 3 wires in this box that are, I guess, kind of looped through. Looks like one may be the hot wire, home run back to the panel. Maybe these other 2 are just going out to the other fixtures. I'm not sure. So let me see if I can get this tucked back in there. There we go. Get these back up in there too. There we go. All right. So I've got the wires coming down. Let's see if I can get the screws in here. Man, I should have gotten a drill. You never know how long these screws are when you start cranking them out. Actually, I'll probably need to leave that one because, again, the edge of that box is so far up in the sheetrock. Not sure that a regular screw would be long enough. All right. So let's cut a little bit off of this wire here. It's a bit long. There we go. I'm gonna twist the end around. Okay. And then we'll hook her up. That's the white, put the white onto the white or silver terminal here. Put the black onto the gold terminal or darker color terminal. Okay. Now, on that first one, I did put some electrical tape here, but I'm not going to do that here because there's wires, enough space in this one that I'm not worried about that ground wire coming down and touching those posts. I tuck that back in there, get this lined up. And then you just kind of give her a twist. And then we tighten everything up. let me get, well, I'll do that on the next one. I was going to say, let me get my drill, but I can get this last one in the old-fashioned way. This one needs to go up a little bit more. All right, that's on there. Again, I'll have to come back later and patch all these holes. Let's put our fixture in and test it. All right. Okay, let's get this last fixture in here. Let's bring my black ones over. And I'm going to take these two white ones together. I have some wire nuts here. Just take this all together here. Okay, twist that one up. Okay, take my black pigtail, another wire nut. Get these all together. Okay. Now let's tuck this back up in the box. There we go. All right, let's get our fixture out. And drop my screws. Loop in this one. Come on, there we go. Loop in this one. Okay. White on there. Black on this one. Okay. Now we'll tuck these wires up in there. the other screw in here. All right, looks good. Get these tucked in there nicely. Hook that one, hook that one. There we go. Whew, wear your hands out. I think I will go get my driver this time. Okie dokie. I don't really want to tighten it up with that because I could break that fixture. Just wanted to run those up and then I'll tighten it. Screwdriver. That way I can feel what's going on with it. Okay. That's good. Alrighty, that looks good. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah. Well, that looks pretty good, but it's hard to tell how bright they're going to be until it gets dark. So let's wait till tonight, and I'll do my Lux meter test, and I'll let you know. Now that I have the lights up, I'm going to go back in and try to patch some of these holes up. So I've just got some spackling or patch compound, and I'm going to go through and put some in these holes and let it dry. I'm going to start by kind of cleaning up the hole a little bit where it's kind of raggedy, and tap that in with the hammer, kind of indent it a little bit before I put the spackling on. So now that I've got all the holes patched, I just need to let that dry, and then I'm going to have to go back and sand it a little bit and smooth it out, and maybe have to put another little coat on there, but for the most part it's looking really good, and we'll see how it lights up tonight.